Hey, Scruffy. Way back there. It's dinner time. You haven't been that interested in dinner recently. So I'm gonna put your food on the table and get the glove on. Okay. Sit in the chair. Okay, Scruffy's coming over, but I think I'm about 15 minutes earlier than yesterday. But we've had dinner this early before, only a week or two ago. So I'm a little surprised he's not ready for dinner. There's a meow. So last, I think, 3 days, he's not been here when I come out. And the last 2 days, he hasn't even finished his dinner. He'd eat most of it, and then he'd walk away. So last night, yeah, he walked away again, and I left the bowl out for him, so if he wanted to finish it while I was gone on my bike ride yesterday, he could eat it. And yeah, he did eat it, so by the time I got back, the bowl was empty. But I find it a little surprising he's not eating the whole meal at the get-go. So my theory was a couple days ago, because he was here about 15 minutes before I showed up, and then when I actually showed up, he was gone, and I had to wait for him to appear. And then, yeah, he wasn't very food motivated, and he didn't finish his bowl, so my theory was maybe he caught a meal. So he got a rodent or a bird or something. But I think, yesterday and today he'd be a little more food motivated. So I don't think he'd be catching that many rodents or birds right before dinner also. I don't know, maybe he's catching them earlier and they just fill them up through the day. Maybe there's a whole family of rodents or something that he's been catching on a daily basis. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I was thinking maybe he's sick. But he seems okay. I mean, he's acting a little different, but it doesn't seem anything that's particularly wrong with him. Just just kind of a unexpected change of behavior. He's still eating. He's not throwing up. He is eating everything. It's just not in the initial get-go. And yeah, he seems to be hanging around here on the deck throughout the day like he normally does. So I'm not seeing any major difference when he's just hanging out by himself here. So let's see. Yeah, so last night I went for a bike ride after I fed Scruffy. And let's see. I ended up changing my route a little bit, so I decided I was a little bored, so I wanted to try doing a slightly different route. And so I decided to go up the really steep climb that goes out, that leaves the park, and then if you go all the way, it actually will take you to the not-so-secret back entrance to the park. So I think it was a few weeks ago, I only went up the first half of it, so I went up the steepest part, but the second half, it's still pretty steep, but you also have to go onto a main road where cars are being driven, and when I went up it a few weeks ago, I was still playing it fairly conservative from my injury and also rebuilding, trying to get some strength back from the fact that I hadn't been doing these tough hill climbs in 6 to 8 months. So yesterday I decided I was going to go the full route all the way to the not-so-secret entrance and then come back into the park through that secret back or not-so-secret back way. So initially I was actually debating if I wanted to do it, but as I came to the fork in the road, a couple things, made me decide to do it. First, I was kind of bored. I didn't want to do the route I've been doing for the past few weeks. Felt like doing something a little different. I think I left a little bit earlier yesterday than I had been, so there was a little bit more sunlight still, so I didn't feel quite as bad about going on that road where the cars go. Still a little dangerous, but I felt there's enough daylight, and it's not a high traffic road, so it's not terribly dangerous. Just gotta be careful. And then another thing was there's some people. I think it was a family. They were near the fork in the road, and I think they had a special needs child, and the child was, I think, throwing a tantrum, and was throwing a very, very loud tantrum, and I felt bad for all of them. Let's see, I think they're trying to let the kid work out his problems and or whatever, express his needs or whatever, and very, very loud. And if I went my normal route, I'd have to my normal extended route basically has me go up that hill and then back down the other side, and then climb back up the way I came. So if I followed that route, I'd have to pass them again, and I didn't know how long the kid was going to throw the tantrum, and I didn't want to be around that. So I said, this is a good excuse to go this alternate route, which takes me to the not-so-secret back entrance, which means I would completely avoid them on my way back, so into the park. So okay, I have enough excuses now to try it. So the only constraining factor is, would I be strong enough to actually make it, because it is a pretty tough climb. So last time, that was the reason I only went up halfway, because even that first half is pretty challenging, and I decided the first half would be sufficient, and then I would turn around and backtrack. And then I forgot the problem with that backtracking part of it is There's another part where I do have to go back uphill again, and it's after doing a really steep hill climb, and then you backtrack, you end up doing another not nearly as steep hill climb, but it is it's another maybe 5 to 10 minute climb, and if you're already tired from that first one, it's if you're not anticipating it, it's a little frustrating. Yeah, if you keep going the route I did yesterday, then I think it's a little bit shorter time wise, but it's still steeper. But at least you're not in the mindset that yeah you think you're done. I guess if I had remembered, I have to redo the climb. I guess it wouldn't be so bad, but I had forgotten because I usually don't backtrack that route, and I'd forgotten. Oh yeah, there's a hill I have to backtrack on. Shoot. Okay, I think Scruffy's ready for food. You ready for food? Yeah? Yeah, okay. Let's get your food. Okay. Yeah, he's not very food motivated. It's not as excited today. So today I have, let's see, what is it? It's a fresh can of meaty pate with real chicken and tuna and kibble. And I poured all the gravy into the bowl. So let's see if he usually likes to lick that clean. So let's see if he finishes his bowl tonight while I'm still here, or if I'm gonna have to leave the bowl again, clean it up after I get back. Okay, I'm done. So let's see, yeah, I came out with the water today. He was once again on the opposite corner of the decking table near the other potted plant. He looked comfortable sleeping. And yeah, he did another fake out with me today. So instead of coming to the bowl like he did, I think it was yesterday, he waited. I came back in, and then he came almost immediately to the water bowl. And he actually had a really long drink today. So I think I was watching the time elapse, and I think we hit over 6 minutes. So it's one of his longest drinks. Yeah, the weather is about the same still, so it's still kind of hot during the day. So I can see why he wanted the water. I've been surprised though. There have been other days where it's just the same temperature and he doesn't come to the water. So, but the fact that he drank so much, I think, is a good thing. So it also makes me think he's not sick. So drinking water's a good thing, I think. Somehow Scruffy got a bunch of pate stuck to the top edge of the bowl. I don't think I put it there. Sometimes I rub the fork on the edge of the bowl to when I scoop out the pate or the food from the can. I try to wipe it off, get it in the bowl, and I'll use the edge of the bowl. But I thought today I didn't really have any that stuck. So I think Scruffy might have put that there. So since this is a fresh can, it was very liquidy, and so it didn't really stick to the fork or anything, just kind of plopped into the bowl. So see. Yeah. So anyway, my bike ride. Yeah, I went up. I made it all the way up to the not so secret entrance, and then yeah, I came back through the park, and at that point, after I completed that lap, I've been as part of my extended route. I've also been doing one more hill climb on the exposed mountainside. And I've only been doing part of it, so I've been usually going up part of it and then turning around. And I was tired enough yesterday from that steep hill climb that I didn't want to do it, so I ended up just skipping that part and leaving early. So I think it saved me about 10 minutes for my ride. Maybe a little more. So I got back right at sunset. So right as the last rays of the sun disappeared. So there was still a little bit of daylight when twilight when I checked Scruffy's bowl, take it in. So the night before, yeah, I've been running, and I mentioned there was a special event at the park, and they were at the end of it they were erecting a screen, and they ended up showing Finding Dory on it. But yeah, because I was there, so I started my run kind of late. My run was kind of slow, and then I was wasting a few minutes waiting for them to start the movie because I wanted to see what they were playing. I got back, well, it was dark, so by the time I came out to collect Scruffy's bowl, it was pitch black. Oh yeah, so I saw Boots 2 nights ago. I think it was my third lap around the park. So I saw him in the distance. I was in the park and he was sitting on the sidewalk outside the park. So oh yeah, and then yesterday when I came back from my ride, I saw the Siamese cat in my front yard. So usually, at least as far as I know, the Siamese cat doesn't actually come to my yard. I've seen him some of the houses across the street. I don't think I've actually ever seen him in my yard, so it's the first time I've seen him in my yard. And I actually tried to approach him a little bit just to see what he'd do. And yeah, he backed off, and then he ran deeper into the garden, and then I stopped walking towards him. And then I looked at him for a while, and he looked at me, and then he got bored and decided to. I think he was either walking further into my yard or he was going to leave the yard. And Scruffy didn't finish his meal completely again. I see some kibble under the ball. I move the balls. Yeah, Scruffy's not very food motivated again. Oops, he's coming back. Okay. Too lazy to move the balls himself? Yeah, I guess he wants the food, just too lazy, not food motivated enough to move the balls himself, I guess. Yeah, I thought with meaty pate grease he would be more motivated to clean the bowl tonight. Yeah. So yeah, Scruffy's still a little weird. Okay, folks, I guess that's the show for tonight. So, hope Scruffy's okay. His behavior is a little weird, but he's eating, he's drinking, so he's moving around. So, I guess he's okay. But I guess, keep watching him. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.